Hey y'all, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. I'm Corbin.
Konnichiwa, y'all. I'm Matt.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Tim, and today we've got an amazing video for you today. We're walking around town in Buchholz's place. We got a video from when we walked around, and we're going to be talking about all the cool stuff we're seeing.
Guys, there's unnamed seedlings. This is an unnamed pink. Rest assured now that we own Buchholz Nursery, I'm probably going to be naming that one pretty soon.
Here we got Starry Night. I mean, his whole place is just filled with so many treasures.
Yeah, you see a couple of these? Look at that original Mayday right there, guys.
Man,
Look at those seed.
I can't wait to get back on those seed. That part's got me salivating right there. That thing's a beast. We had a blast running around, just being kids in a candy store, running around filming it here.
I mean, we all grabbed cameras and tried to get as much content as we could because, I mean, our time at Buchholz Nursery when we went there, we didn't know that we were going to be purchasing it. We thought it was limited, and it was, and we just tried to film as much cool stuff as we possibly could.
Oh my gosh. Variegated Maiku Jaku form, giant lily pad. There's so many treasures in this place, y'all.
And here we're talking about the original Mayday. I mean, there's so many cool things all around this place. Actually, this might actually be a Japanese princess here we're standing behind the original Mayday.
Yeah, I think that's right next door to it. When we were originally filming all this content for Buchholz Week, we didn't know we were going to be purchasing Buchholz Nursery. This was something that came up kind of at the last day of this, and we started really getting serious about it after we returned home. At the point when we were filming all this, though, we were just excited, and I honestly had no idea this would be part of our nursery one day.
Oh yeah, man, we were seeing some amazing cultivars. Matt and Tim even ran into an old friend, Flying Daggers.
Oh, that was dope. Yeah, we found one that we gifted to him, and that thing was looking amazing.
We're actually walking by right now some high-grafted Japanese princess. I mean, literally, there was another true cultivar there, and then he high-grafted Japanese princess on the top of it.
Oh, I love these houses. I mean, it's just nonstop cultivars in your face, crazy stuff you've never seen. I mean, I think Corbin was laughing at us how much Tim and I were geeking out. He was like, it must be good if you guys are really freaking out this much.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime Matt and Tim start salivating, I'm like, okay, that's some good stuff right there.
Bloody talons. I mean,
Yeah.
What an amazing cultivar right there.
And guys, don't worry. We're going to be making this one available on Mr. Maple. It's one that's coming back. Now, that original plant that you just saw, close to 20 to 30 years old. They're very slow growing, so that one does take a minute to get that big.
I mean, as you're just walking through these houses, you just run around one treasure and you see another treasure right behind it. I mean, it's hard to talk about everything we're walking by because of how much good stuff is in each and every house.
Yeah, it was just rows and rows of nothing but amazing cultivars. I mean, I got a little bit of maple fatigue by the end of it. I was like, I don't even know what I saw today.
I know when we got back, Corbin was like, it's all downhill from here. We got to the hotel room and he was like, it's all downhill from here. I saw the best stuff I'm ever going to see. And there's nothing that could beat this.
On the same trip, we went to Vertrees and then Buchholz Nursery.
Right.
And then back to Buchholz Nursery. I mean, we tried to spend as much time here as we could, but I mean, we really hit some of the highlights of Japanese maples in the world.
Yeah, it was nuts. Japan is the next on my list for some crazy stuff. Hopefully that comes to fruition at some point. But
hey, we got a Japanese TV show filming with us at Buchholz Nursery this year, so we'll see, man. Maybe they'll start filming Froggy and take us back to Japan. I know they're gonna film a little segment at Buchholz, though. So many cool plants, though. I mean, every corner you turn around, and this entire nursery is just jam packed with shock and awe plants.
I mean, down there on the left, you see. Looks like some geisha gone wild. I mean, he's got tons of really nice Peve starfish around. And then he's also got some Dragon King, which I was shocked to see Dragon King still in production. That's one that we named. It was a Harry Olsen seedling, Harry Olsen 43, weeping type that's got a little bit of a pink color to it.
Yeah, I got that one from Dell Lalks, and just HO43, I couldn't sell it into that. And so Dell said, put a name on it. We ended up going with Dragon King and calling Dell, and he said, oh yeah, I like it, go with that. And I love when nurserymen tell me that. Hey, go ahead and name it. We like when you name stuff. So it's always fun when people let you name stuff.
Oh yeah, the size of the stuff there that you had in the greenhouses was amazing. And here's some originals right over here.
Yeah, this is the first Golden Falls and the first Yellow Cascade. Now, my wife and my sister-in-law were watching this with me, and they said, oh, look at these. It's Amy and Katie. So we're not renaming them. They were like, oh, you can name those two Amy and Katie for us. Sorry, can't rename them. So many treasures, though. I mean, every house you go into, I mean, you just peek in, it's like gold, pure gold.
And, you know, we're focused on the maples, but he's got some crazy conifers as well. which I'm excited about. He'll have a lot more conifers that we can expand with him on Mr. Maple.
Yeah, we're going to be running the Buchholz Nursery as a wholesale nursery, as well as bringing some of the best and coolest things to Mr. Maple. So rest assured, our purchase of Buchholz Nursery is only going to increase what we're doing here at Mr. Maple and take it to another level. So I'm excited to be up in our conifer game with some of Talon's amazing conifer collection, some of his rarest maples. But we're going to continue to be doing wholesale through this place. There's going to be awesome plants going out all over the United States from Buchholz Nursery. We're going to ramp this place back up and kind of get it back to its heyday. And probably the coolest part of the whole deal is that Talon Buchholz is staying on.
And a lot of the stuff was filmed in June. Talon has told me that since then he's potted up a lot of stuff, and all the space that you may see in some of these videos, it's taken up because he's decided to start growing the nursery again since he knows, it's got a future at Buchholz Nursery.
We've actually been seeing a lot of product there too from our place. So yeah, these greenhouses are going to be pretty full soon.
One of the things I loved about walking around Talon's is you can tell that guy is a mad scientist. He had a lot of multi-grafts going on where he had grafted a bunch of one cultivar to a gigantic high graft. I mean, that just I was like, dang, I need me one of those.
I remember the first time Matt and I got to see some of those crazy multi-grafts, and that grabbed our attention as well. We thought he was doing super advanced research on stuff, and he may be. Maybe we'll learn.
He's always got two levels to everything. I can't wait to pick Talon's brain
from the other side.
One of the best parts about Talon staying on is, we've got the Michael Jordan himself on the team. So any of those experiments he was doing, we're going to be learning about them and implementing them and finding ways to.
There won't be those secrets now.
Right, take them to the next level.
There's just so many cool plants as you're running through these houses, and there's tons of 1 gallons, 3 gallons, 7 gallons, 10 gallons, 25 gallons, 40 gallons. He's got a little bit of everything at Buchholz Nursery. Look at all these box trees down through here.
Yeah, we're not talking basics either. There's some crazy stuff around. He's still got a couple things that are your norms, but you'd be surprised. Every other tree is just a hitter. There's something crazy around every corner, something interesting, something that a lot of things. There's something in every greenhouse I bet most people hadn't even seen before.
I was talking to Tim the other day about how it's like there was a certain tree in the house, and I was like, how are we going to get this out of this greenhouse? That's how large it was,
Right. We'll let Jordan figure that out. So if you hadn't heard Jordan from Mr. Maple, go check out his top 5. He's an Oregon State grad. So now that we've purchased Buchholz Nursery, Jordan's joining the Buchholz team. He's moving back to Oregon, originally from Louisiana, but awesome guy, and I think he's going to make a great horticultural asset to Buchholz Nursery. So we're so excited to get him out there and just let him get going, man. I think it's going to be an awesome pairing here with Mr. Maple and Buchholz. So many cool plants, though. There's Rayusays. There's so many things going on in these greenhouses. Talon, he really likes to experiment with stuff. Coming up here, I think he's got some hot blondes maybe in the mix. He was a big fan of hot blonde when we showed him that one. Talon was one of the people, and he's not really a patent guy, but he was like, this one's a winner, guys. He was really big on hot blonde early on for all of its color changes, especially that fall color. First time I showed it to him, he was like, I think you got a winner there. And he started producing the heck out of it as well. So it's always fun when your mentor grows your plants.
I believe we're walking past possibly some yellow canaries here on the left. And
coming to Mr. Maple near you, y'all. Little preview party.
Some nebula walking by here. He just got cool plants everywhere you go at Buchholz Nursery.
All right, the cat's out the bag, y'all. We've already told you we're purchasing Buchholz Nursery. You're watching this video before our fall open house in November. Rest assured there will be some amazing plants from these greenhouses at our fall open house. That's in November of 2023. So if you're watching this at a later date, don't worry. We ain't going anywhere. We're going to keep bringing in great plants from Buchholz Nursery as well. So, but expect some real treasures this year at our fall open house in November.
And our fall open house this year will be November 4th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's November 4th, Saturday, November 4th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You'll want to be there. Check out the details on our website. But guys, this is just killer plants. Check out these moonrise on the right. Carl Munn's introduced some amazing plants, and that is just one of the coolest maples that's ever been introduced.
It's going to be Buchholz as you know it. We're going to keep running that place just like it is. Hopefully hitting home runs. It's an amazing place, and that's our plan, is to keep it that way.
And our plan is to grow that business as well. So we're going to continue to offer really rare, cool plants and get more quantities available for customers, because I know many customers often couldn't get the quantities of plants that they wanted before. We're going to try to increase our numbers and let that be something that can feed into MrMaple.com as well.
Yeah, all while keeping that Buchholz quality to it. I'm so happy he's staying on a year, man.
Check out these gold drift coming up straight ahead. I mean, I didn't even notice those because I was so enthralled talking with Talon. I mean, those are some gorgeous 10-gallon Picea AB's gold drift right there.
I'm just glad we're going to call Talon a coworker. That's pretty dope to me.
Oh yeah, Talon is such an awesome guy. Very philosophical, very knowledgeable, and I can't wait to be rocking some of that Buchholz and Buchholz gear, man.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some hats made up soon. So this was, okay, here's a little funny thing. This is actually our liner order that he was about to ship to us before we purchased it. So this was all going out that week to MrMaple. And then we ended up buying the nursery. So we held all that there. All that stuff got potted up at Buchholz. Here you're looking at the original Sport on Pinky. So we're reunited again after our tragic breaking of the scion off of our Pinky. And if you're wondering if we're going to keep Yukiyama / Snow Kitten going, guys, look at these stock plants to our left. There's a treasure of just so many cool plants.
And that Pinky is awesome.
This one's not going to be a big commercial hit. You probably heard me tell you, you have to graft this one onto a symbiotic relationship with the rootstock, so you have to keep some of the green in there.
Makava seedling's probably the best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to play around with it. Now that I've got that much scion on it, we're going to be sticking it on Tsukasas and Ryusans, and I mean, we're going to go mad scientists with it. You know that.
And here Talon is basically telling us that Bloody Talon is a collector plant. It gets some real gnarls to it and can be an ugly little thing, but it's awesome. It's ugly in the awesome way.
Right. Collectors love the weird stuff. I do too. I mean, that's what gets me fired up. So much beauty in every greenhouse here, though.
I mean, the more you go around these greenhouses, it feels like I can't even see everything. As many times as we spent, multiple days here walking around, and I don't think I even came close to seeing everything. I mean, it's one of those things where you just get overloaded, and it's hard to see every tree for the forest of Japanese maples that's at Buchholz Nursery.
Hey, well, the good thing is, it's part of our nursery now, so you get to go back, because we'll have to go back and have more time to film. I felt like I was rushed, and I kept thinking, I wish I would have got this, I wish I would have got this. And now it's like, hey, we'll be going back a lot. I mean, I think Tim and I and Corbin will be headed out there making some content, teaching some of our guys out there how to film a little bit of content, send it to us like this so we can talk about it. Heck, maybe we'll even talk Talon into getting on camera a little bit. We'll see. But our goal is to continue to make just top-notch videos. And, of course, we're going to be using the content from Buchholz Nursery to really improve that as well. Now, this main Bloody Talons you're seeing right here, Talon was saying he found that one in the 90s. This thing has been around forever. So it's a really old tree to even be this size. I mean, I would put it at over 35, almost more years old to be that one. Some of these other ones, like he gave us one this size already, and those are, I don't know how old those are, but they're ancient. Even to get one into in a 7-gallon, I mean, I know those were 20 years plus.
Now they do get a bulge at the graft. I mean, that is one of the things that Bloody Talons does. But I mean, just check out these gallons down through there.
Guys, those gallons are probably going to be coming to MrMaple pretty soon, so you'll see some of those popping up.
I love these wooden boxes, man. I mean, I think that they give such a nice look to all the trees, and it's an awesome contrast with that fresh wood with a beautiful red tree or green tree. And that was something that I hadn't really seen too much.
And we're going to keep this place wholesale, so we're going to keep providing some amazing materials in those boxes. I mean, some of it we'll be bringing to MrMaple, but not a lot. I mean, honestly, to be fair, we're planning on running this business as Buchholz Nursery. And so, of course, we're going to continue to get cool things to us, but we were already doing that with him. We were already one of his biggest customers, if you want to know the truth. And so not much is going to change there other than we'll definitely get our whole order this time. But we're going to continue to run this place as Buchholz Nursery, turning out amazing plants that are wholesale going all over the United States to garden centers and more.
Check out this fairy here. This is that one you said you'd have to pull a rabbit out of a hat to be able to get this tree out of the greenhouse.
Oh, he had this one listed at 11,000. So I don't know what we're going to price this one at, but I know you could make this one yours wholesale for around 11 to 12,000 originally. It is one of the first grafts. He actually sold the very first one, the original fairy hair seedling. There's two of them that are grafts from that same time set. One is planted in the Buchholz garden walkthrough that you see right next to the big Makawa, and this is the other one in the container. I don't know which one's bigger. They're pretty close.
I don't know how much longer this tree could probably be in a greenhouse too. I mean, that's going to be interesting to see. Because I mean, it's almost at this point getting close to outgrowing that box. It's ready for a new home.
Maybe we'll ship it to somebody.
Bring your helicopter.
Right. I don't think that one's going in a 1-gallon box. We're talking about I mean, these greenhouses are easily 15, 20 feet tall, some of the middles. I mean, Tim and I are big guys too, and I would say this is at least 14 feet high, give or take the box size. It's a pretty big tree.
Now the leaf is as fine as the hairs on a fairy on that one, man.
To quote Tim Nichols.
And some of these were actually throwing, a couple of his big trees were actually throwing a little bit of seed. And Talon was going through seed from fairy hair.
One of my favorite things about this is going through the seeds in that Flora Wonder Arboretum and looking through some of the plants that have lended their genetics to some of the best introductions that have ever been made by Talon Buchholz.
Check out those Pacific Fire. I mean, those just look sharp right now. The bark, that full moon style foliage, coral bark circinatum selection.
And that's a spring flush. That's not a fall color. Don't let that fool you. We shot this in spring. Almost looks like a fall color flash, but...
And then check out those carnival.
Ooh, yeah. Gonna need some of those to Mr. Maple. I'm gonna shop myself while I'm here.
Yeah, that's an awesome pairing right there. I never even thought about those two. Circinatums are something I definitely want to dip my toe in. And yeah, those are cool. I love that Pacific Sprite, man. Awesome cultivars.
We were just shooting this impromptu. Corbin's just chasing us around with Talon because we just took off out the gate. Like we were like, hey, maybe record something. And Talon meets us at the car, and so we're out the gate talking second one. So Corbin's just hanging on for dear life, filming anything he can at this point. But we wanted to get this footage on here for you guys and just kind of talk about it. Talk to you a little bit about behind Buchholz Nursery and show you what the place looks like a little bit. I mean, you're going to be getting a full tour of this place a lot. Something we're going to be focusing on is, continue to create content from Buchholz Nursery. That's never going to stop.
I mean, as you go through these greenhouses, it's just more cool plants on top of more cool plants. Right there, you see some Fountain of Youth that we've introduced here at Mr. Maple, and Talon's growing it beside some Dragon Master.
Always cool when he's growing ours. I just get such a kick out of that when he picks one of ours and's like, yeah, I want to do some of these.
I think that's whenever I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Whenever I saw Talon grafting and doing our introductions, we've been sending him some of our types for a while because he started sending us plants, and it's just so cool whenever you're someone you look up to like that, like some of the plants that we've introduced.
We could do a whole video like this just on the conifers at Buchholz Nursery. It doesn't end there. We're so excited to get out here and work with Talon, grow in this place, and I mean he's already well known all over the world for Buchholz Nursery. Again, it's like you don't buy a Mercedes and change the name, so I can't wait to just see what lies next for Buchholz Nursery. I'm excited to be the new owners of it, and I'm just over the moon at what it means to us. Talon bought this land from J.D. Vertree's sister, and it just is a historic place to me for maple. So to be able to help preserve that history, to be able to continue on that legacy, I just can't wait.
I mean, it was really cool. On the same trip, we went to Oregon State University and went through the Vertree's archives with Talon, and then getting to go around and talk about this stuff with Talon before we ever even knew that we were going to purchase the Buchholz Nursery. I mean, just getting to spend that time and, just that friendship with Talon was pretty amazing.
So many cool plants around this arboretum.
His conifer beds were awesome. I mean, I loved how much contrast there was in the springtime. And I would love to see that place in the fall, the winter, and the summertime. I mean, get me back out there as much as I can, man, because I know that place is going to look electric anytime.
One of the things I was impressed with is how much rock he had out there. I mean, that helps with the maintenance of the place. But, I mean, we have a lot of rock here at Mr. Maple. The local rock quarry says if they bring another load, we may have more rock than the rock quarry.
Right.
And here at Buchholz Nursery, he's got gravel everywhere. I mean, probably more rock than we have.
Love this place. There's just so many treasures around every corner. I hope we can just continue to keep this quality that it has now and improve on it. We're putting together an amazing team out there. We're really excited to announce things to y'all as we continue to grow the Buchholz Nursery. But first and foremost, hey, we're keeping Talon Buchholz on. That's the biggest name out there right now. Is Talon's no longer retiring; he's staying on the team, and so you could expect more of the same. Check out these Lillian's Jewel here on the left. It's crazy, just a sea of them.
Some really nice 3-gallons as well. My goodness. I mean, that's one of the things Talon's has always been known for is super high quality. And that's one of our goals is to try to increase our quality, here at Mr. Maple to the same level and try to increase Talon Buchholz's quality at the same time.
Yeah, we're excited. I mean, it's funny. Like people probably think we sound celebratory, but that's just because we're giddy as little kids. We're so excited about what this means to be able to do this and grow. And we're far from spiking the football on this. We're just getting in the game. This is just getting started for us. I can't wait to see, where this goes in 10 years of doing this place, because it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a perfect pairing.
Well, this is just amazing. I mean, going back and seeing this video just gets me more excited too. I mean, everything you're walking by is just crazy. I mean, these high grafted English lace to the left, you're coming up on some giant hot blondes on the right. I mean, his greenhouses and cold frames are just filled with so much gold out there. It just gets me so excited.
Man, I'm excited to bring you what we have here and to share more with you what we're working on there as we continue the breeding programs, as we continue the seed programs, the Rising Stars, the selections going on at Buchholz Nursery. That's not going anywhere. We're going to be ramping things up to another level out there, doing more than ever.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.